Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's race. Nobody will probably be watching the beginning of this live stream, and that's just as well because I'm not ready actually to go live just yet. But due to the unique way that streaming works on the PS5, I can't actually schedule this stream to start at past, which is when I wanted it to start. So you're going to be stuck with me for the next 8 minutes whilst I set up my gear live on camera. If you're wondering like how professional YouTubers do this, you say, oh well, how come they don't do all of this? Well, that is because they have powerful computers connected into their PlayStations, and they capture all of the content straight off the PlayStation. They have a powerful desktop or something plugged in to the PlayStation, and it records straight off the PlayStation. Which is not what I'm doing. So I'm using the built-in features in the PlayStation itself to do the streaming, and it's not quite as full-featured. It's not designed to be for professionals. Either that or Sony haven't really thought it through. But what I want to do now, we're going racing in 7 minutes. I want to get a little bit of warm-up, and I also want to get the link out and share this with a few people. And I just want to say, if you're watching already, which I can't see anyone is, but or if you're watching this on replay, share this with some of your friends, because I think what's happening now is I've reached the limit of how many people I can reach by sending out links to people. I usually get sort of 4 or 5 people watching the video out of 10 people I send the links to, which is great. That's nearly 50%. But we need to grow the channel, and I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers. If I can get to 50 subscribers, it unlocks a load of features for me in YouTube, and that will make a big difference. It'll allow me to communicate 2 ways. It'll allow me to host content from my mobile phone, which will allow me to use my mobile phone as a second camera. There'll be lots of cool things that I can do. And it also just gives me more motivation to invest in my equipment and maybe actually spend some money and have some professional equipment to make my streams a bit better. Just to show that I do listen, on the last stream I was blown away by the number of people who were watching, and to sort of account for that, I've actually gone and recorded a nice intro to my future videos. I'm working on that at the moment in Photoshop and in After Effects and putting it all together. It's going to look amazing. But once it's done semi-professionally by myself, you'll see that in the sort of prelude to a few of my videos. It's got some rock music to it. It's got some cool pictures and a countdown timer. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. I'm working on it. It's going to take me days to produce, but I've got to up my game, and I've been watching other YouTubers now, taking notes and really sort of focusing on what kind of things I need to be presenting, because my driving has actually got to an okay standard, so I can actually sort of handle the driving side. So I've got my laptop here, and I am just going to quickly now do a bit of link sharing just to try and seed my audience a bit, try and get a few people watching. I know that's not very professional, but I won't have to do that if you like and subscribe. Well, ignore the like bit. It's subscribing and hitting the bell icon, because that will actually tell you when I'm live. So then I don't have to actually just go through and spam people links to tell them that I'm live. So now, right, let's just go through, and I should be able to see my live stream on my dashboard. Yep, I can see that I'm live. I assume I've got sound. We had a hardware failure in the last one. It wasn't actually me being a dick for once. It was an actual problem. So yeah, okay, let's just see. So yeah, I mean, this is the boring part of the video. We are starting in 3 minutes time though, and as I say, I'm not actually going to be sort of doing this kind of thing in future, seeding my audience. It's just that I have to. The important thing is that the more people that I've emailed this link to, the stupider I look when I crash in turn 1 as well. The new haircut is only going to make me 0.2 of a second, 2/10 of a second a lap faster. Anyway, right, so I think I've shared this with pretty much as many people as I can. Let me just send my mum a link, because my #1 fan is my mum. Really got to say thank you to her for keeping my fan base strong. I always know I'm going to get at least one viewer when my mum's watching, so thank you, mum. Really appreciate it. By the way, so feel free to talk in the chat section. I have adapted my display, and I should, if I've done that correctly, be able to see your comments. So what I need to do now, I'm not going to get a chance to do a warm-up lap, which is really scary, because I haven't driven the car since yesterday. Take me a couple of laps just to get the feel in, just get the feel for the brakes again, just get going. I thought I had longer than I had. I've only got 54 seconds before we go actual racing. So, yeah, I need to obviously crank the wick up a little bit and just see how close I can get to my ideal pace. This is a nice little guide of the track as well for you, by the way. So, I have got the racing line on again, but more than ever I ignore it at this track because it's wrong at this track. This is not the racing line. For example, here. You don't want to be starting on a left-hand corner on the left-hand side of the track. What madness is that? You want to be sweeping across to the apex and then picking up the power as soon as you can. So I think we are now going to go into the race straight away. I've not even got all the way around a lap, so you'll have to wait the rest of the time to see what the lap looks like. I am going to turn traction control on for the race again, just because I'm not quite confident. Let's see. Let's actually just go straight out on track. We only have like a 26-second warm-up before the race starts, and I was wondering actually casually if we're going to see any big names in some of these races. We could see some guest stars from major YouTubers and sort of famous streamers, because we're getting to the stage now where I am of the right rank to be playing against these people. Those who follow sort of Gran Turismo streaming, I'm yet to race against Super GT, who's like the biggest streamer in YouTube, but I have raced against Tichny a few times and beaten him as well, although he's quite difficult to beat. He's quite good. So we'll see as we get on the grid who's on the grid here. I noticed that I've not got the best starting position, but we are starting to race against some fairly high class players now, and I'm not aiming to win. I'm aiming to finish sort of top 10 would be nice. So let's sort out the traction control. Let's sort out the fuel mixture. This is a fuel saving race, by the way. We'll just go over the strategy as we go to the line. So this is a zero stop race, and it's all about fuel preservation. We want to be aiming for 10% fuel use per lap because there's 10 laps. Welcome to the 2 viewers who are watching. You've joined right as we are about to go green. So switch my fuel map over, and I'm going to turn on the little radar thing. And this is where it gets real. So just a little bit of concentration needed now. I need to stop my braking point into turn 1. And we've got chaos in front of us already. I'll take that, thank you. someone off behind us as well, and someone with a 3-second penalty up in front, so that should hopefully be another place gained. Oh crap. I didn't touch him, I didn't make contact. No, that time I did. But he was way on the marbles there anyway. He was only going to go wide at that stage. I didn't really punt him off, he was already well wide at that stage. Right, I need to see how much fuel I've used. I'm 1% over the target, 2% over the target. Oh, that's a mistake from me. Gonna be under pressure. That was a bad exit. So a bit of short shifting. So we're in 9th place. Car in front's kind of getting away a little bit. Oh, and there's a crash behind. Got it wrong there. Up to 4 viewers, thanks guys. Really good. Do us a favour and tell all your friends about the stream, see if we can get even more people watching. I was saying in the introduction that I actually get almost all the people I've sent the link to watching, which is really great, but for the channel to grow, we need to get more than that. So we need to start getting some referrals, get some people in. But I do really appreciate the number of people who are watching. It really is great. So we've recovered the fuel, we're now just 1% down on what we need to be. And I'm going to try and do a lap without any mistakes now. Oh, and I immediately made a mistake. I was saying, try to avoid making a mistake, and then I should braked too hard. But this is my first race that I've done here. I've only done qualifying so far. It's the first time I'm driving this car in race trim. Oh, I'm just noticing the chat pop up. I didn't realise where it pops up, so I'll try and read it as I go around. I was thinking it'd show it like all the time, but it doesn't. It just pops up down at the bottom corner, so I will try and read that. It's a new feature. First time I've been racing with chat on. Obviously, this does require concentration as well. Sorry, I'm just going quiet occasionally. I'm just trying to string together really good sectors here, and it's clearly worked because I'm now second ahead of the previous guy, and we've recovered the fuel situation. Right, this time I'm going to get turn 1 right. This time. I've been getting turn 1 right all day, and it's not in the live stream. Bit better. Lost a bit of time on the apex. So 3.5 seconds to the car in front. 7/10ths faster than my previous best in that first sector. So it just shows that I've been really messing up. And yeah, for anyone who's just joined and is wondering, you know, I've got this racing line thing on. See how I just don't follow it? It's wrong, especially in the final sector. It's very wrong in the final sector. .6 seconds, 3.8 seconds. We are losing the car in front. Sneaky little shift into first there. Not just losing the car in front, we're losing viewers. What am I doing wrong, guys? I know it's not the most interesting race though. It would be great if I was like, you know, closer to the car in front and I could go attacking, but I'm driving as fast as I can. I am trying. Oh, we've definitely recovered the fuel situation, and we're now a second faster than we were. That was a bit crap. But yes, the car in front's kind of dropping us. That's a mistake. I'm pushing quite hard. I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. So, whilst we go around, I'm just going to explain what this car is, by the way, because you don't get to see the car from the view that I'm using. So this is a Porsche 911. For those who can tell from the engine sound, well done. Yes, Porsche 911 GT3. So it's a GT car. If I get a chance to switch camera around a lap, I'll show you, but I actually can't remember what the change camera button is right now. And it's going to distract me to try and change that whilst I'm driving, you know. For some reason, I think the car feels better in the race than it does in qualifying. I haven't really figured out why yet. Oh, I wanted to see how much of that curve I can take. The answer is not as much as I thought. Right, what's the change view button? Oh, yeah, square. Right, okay, when I get a chance, I'll do it properly. So I reckon if I was to keep doing my best laps, I'm going to just match the guy in front. So I'm hoping that the guy in front just makes some mistakes. A good lap for me is a 146. 146.5 would be really good. No! No! Keep it out of the barrier, keep it out of the barrier, keep it out of the barrier, keep it. Keep it going. I don't believe that. I've managed to just lock my rears. I've never locked the rears. But anyway, my fault. Well, at least we've got some action now. Lost a few places. never done that before. Well, we'd do it live on camera, wouldn't we? Got a bit of defending to do, and I'll try and catch this Serbian down in front. Definitely got the pace on the guy behind. Pulled away from him already, didn't take long. I've got the pace on the guy in front, I think. It's about equal, I'd say. A little downshift into first, just helps the front bite. I've gained half a second on it. Right, we've got some fuel to play with. We've got 3% extra fuel than what we need. So let's try and use it. Brought him down a few tenths. I'm going to try and make this my fastest lap. Hunting him. Gaining on him. He's gone wide. This might be my best lap. I'm still saving fuel. I could just use full revs. It's not my best lap. 8 thousandths off. Wow. We've eaten into this lead. Bit of a dodgy slide there, but we can just about keep up. It's gained a 10th. But it's going really wide in some of these corners. if you're just joining, it is a race between me and it's 10th place? Yeah, 10th. He's improved on this lap, he's actually holding me up a bit better than he was. We've got lots of fuel. He's actually, yeah, he's expanded the gap, but for some reason I've been 6/10 slower on that lap. I didn't feel like I made any mistakes. That was a mistake. See him making mistakes as well. Give it everything, you know, why not? Yeah, he's got this. Unless he literally bins it, he's got it. Oh well, I gave it my best. Caught up to him, but oh well. It's a shame. If it hadn't been for that spin, I think that would have been a 9th place finish. But we have finished, you know, in front of some higher ranked players. 2 A-rated players on B-rated, and I was never going to win the race because, you know, there's some A+ rated people in here. See that I am getting some random messages whilst I'm driving. Ah, not what I thought it was. Okay. So I don't get a clean race bonus for that either because it wasn't a clean race, so it doesn't give me my clean race reward. What was the? Oh, it was someone complaining about me about play Mario Karts. You bunch of idiots. Oh, right, well, I will go play Mario Karts next. I don't know what that was in relation to be honest. In that case, the YouTube chat doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why. So what we're going to do, we've got an 8-minute break between the next race and this one, so I'm just going to go around, see if I can improve my qualifying time a little bit. Doubt I can, not whilst I'm talking to camera. See how far off my best I was in that race. So I have done a 146.4 more or less in qualifying. The cars at the race are a bit slower than in qualifying because we've got fuel on board, whereas in qualifying there's no fuel. But still, let's just see what we can do, see if we can improve that time. And see if I can just practice a little bit and just, I think what's hurting me on these live streams is just focus. Like, I need to actually just kind of shut up for just a second. See, stuff like that can happen. Whereas, you know, that could happen in the race. And I stayed on track, but what was happening there is that I was actually sliding the car through the apex, and then I had no exit speed whatsoever. Just to give you a bit of an overview of this car, like I said I would, So this is a GT3 spec car. It's got a lot less grip than last week's Super GT car. Considerably slower. It's also on hard tyres, and the hard tyres are the least grippy tyres that we raced on. They have. Sorry, it's really hard to concentrate. It really is. It's really a skill. It's something that I don't have, to be able to talk and drive fast at the same time. You could argue that I can't just do the drive fast part, but anyway, as I was saying, these hard tyres, they are the least grippy. They require the most patience on the throttle. The car hates me. The car just hates me. It's a challenging car to drive for everyone, that's the thing. Everyone else has got the same tyres, everyone else has got the same level of grip. So it really does sort of highlight technique. There's definitely a right and a wrong way to drive this car. It can handle two very different ways as you turn into a corner. So that was the right way. In fact, that's a pretty decent first sector, I reckon. And then I just played chicken with the curb and lost. Yeah, I don't like making a fool of myself on camera because I do practice really hard, and I generally, well, last night I was kind of pumping in laps in the 1:46.5 range consistently, and my best was this 1:46.395. But I was completely laser focused on what I was doing. I wasn't trying to talk about what I'm doing at the same time, and it makes a big difference. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to be quiet for the rest of this lap once I get through these corners, and we'll see just what difference it makes. Although that time round I did just boot it too, so that was entirely. I was being ambitious. Maybe I should just be less ambitious and just show that I can do the lap time that it says down in the bottom right corner. I mean, actually, that's the thing. Or maybe I could just do my talking on the straights, where there's less to go wrong. Let's see. Focus now. Yeah. Okay. So. Thanks for joining again. I keep seeing, viewers drop out and come back, but I'm just glad you come back. Really cool. Thanks for watching. I don't know how many people are unique viewers, how many people are returning, but if you are watching for the first time, let me know if I can improve anything other than my driving. We all know that I can improve my driving. So yeah, I've just taken a vow of silence almost around this lap, just to try and not make any mistakes. And you can see it showing. I've not made any. I've not been, the fastest driver in the world. I never claimed to be, but this is good for me. So 6 tenths off my best there. I think I know where those 610s came from, pretty sure. So I'm already a tenth and a half up on this lap. And we go racing in 2 minutes, by the way, so stick around. Losing out to my previous lap a little bit through the hairpin there. There we go, that's a better lap. I lost a couple of tenths there in that hairpin. About 2 tenths actually, that's the difference between my best ever lap and that lap. It was literally just that hairpin. So I actually got oversteer on the entrance to that corner. That's kind of why I had to back off just a little bit there. Cost me a tenth, not 2. And now what I've done there is I've locked the brakes. That's cost me 2 tenths as well. So it's just to show you, attention to detail is how you drive this car. You can sort of make it go straight in a corner, or you can make it turn. It all depends on how smoothly you apply the brakes and the accelerator. It's very easy to lock the brakes. So we're starting a bit higher up on this one. It's yes, it's put me in a lower ranked group. It's kind of decided, right, you're not very good at this, so you're going to go against some easier people. There are some A-class. There's one A-class guy in here, and the rest are B-class. So I'm hoping for a decent result. I'm starting 6th place this time, so more in the pack. What I want to do, I am racing with TCS on for the race. I do it off for qualifying, on for the race, and fuel map 6 for the start. And we're going racing. Oh, nearly missed that turn then. So, actually, feel free to also watch that guy on Twitch, the guy who's literally just posted his Twitch details. Get multiple angles of the race, see the race from someone else's perspective. Let's see. Right, so fuel map 6, TCS 1, and then back to my fuel map to change that for the start. I want to change the fuel map back to 1 for the start. The reason for doing all this, it's a fuel saving race. If you've not watched the first race, which wasn't brilliant by the way, then yeah, it's a 0 stop strategy. The tyres will last easily all race, but there's not enough fuel to last all race. Once we get racing, that laps remaining down at the bottom right will change. So here we go. Need to concentrate into turn 1. Survived. Whoa! Learn to use your brakes. Jeez, that was dirty. That was so dirty. So I'm going to get that guy back, if I can. I'm not going to go pushing him off, but I definitely won't be as nice as I could be. I mean, look at him, he's banging his way through. He's a bit of a hothead, look at him. And he's got his just comeuppance there. So he did definitely go for a dive into that hairpin. There was definitely not enough room to make that pass. I did leave room on the inside, but it was actually because I was trying to go down the outside to try and pass this guy in the blue car. This guy in the blue car had an awful exit at the previous corner. Anyway. Let's see what we can do. A bit wide there. Right on it. Let's try and distract him with that. Oh, he's slow through there. Nearly ran into the back bit. Gonna have to get past him, he is slower than me. Let's see if we can just slipstream him a little bit down here. I'm going to try and use a bit more fuel. I'm using the right amount of fuel right now. Can't get him from here. Let's just keep on his gearbox. No can do. Right, so the guy in front had a penalty. That is going to bunch us up a little bit. Probably not going to make my life much easier. I'll take that. And I've got a run on it. Good stuff. I did an overtake. I did one. You made it easy for me. like that is in the dust. Right, just going to bring this guy a bit closer to me. Let's see if we can get third. Let's see if we can get on the podium. If I get on the podium, you have got to promise to subscribe and hit the bell icon. That's how it works. That's what podiums are for ringing that bell. Tell all your friends this is the day. This is the day you watched future world champion Chris Shaw get his first podium. It's not even my first podium, I've had quite a lot, but it's the first one that I can prove happened. I better shut up because this guy's actually pulled away from me. But let's see what pace I've got now that I'm unleashed. Bad exit from that guy. Just on his gearbox. And I'm actually the fastest guy in Sector 1. Even on a meh Sector 1, I'm still the fastest person through there. Come on, he's made that too easy. I'm going to just give him the place back. I nudged him slightly, that was a bit unfair. That was very unfair. Ow! Oh, come on, I get a penalty for that? It all goes wrong from here, but yeah, he punted me. I don't think it was deliberate, I think it was just clumsiness. That, you know, I braked a little bit early from the corner, and yeah, he just set me off. So I'm going to lose some places in a second, which is absolutely crap. We've got a car off, so that is me onto the podium, but then I'm going to lose the podium. I am annoyed that, you know, I let this guy go back in front of me, just to be fair, just because I gave him a bit of a tap through this corner. It was arguably my corner, but I just thought, you know what, I'll just let him come back past, and then boom, I'm out. And then he made a mistake there and went wide, and I take advantage, and he's like, no. This is where I'm going to lose tons of places. But it is kicking off in front. This could be juicy. Just not happy with being 7th. Oh, it did get juicy. It got very, very juicy, and I've crashed, and I'm fucking last. Oh, and I've got a fucking penalty. Right. Well, we're quitting. That's fucking ridiculous. How was that my fault? Fuck's sakes. Anyway. Every time I'm live, it happens. Oh, I'm just going to practice for the next race, but we're going to cut the stream. That's just fucking ridiculous. Can't believe it. Absolutely ridiculous. So, it happens. It always happens when I'm live. And the worst thing is that this will have impacted my driver rating quite substantially and thrown away all the hard work that I've done for the last week. Actually, it's not affected me yet, but it'll catch up to me at the end of the race because the game will think I'm super dirty. I hit a car that span in front of me. I couldn't go anywhere. There was two cars, both spinning different ways, and I just said, okay, well, I can't hit neither of them. So yeah, that's just annoying. That has ruined my day. But it happens. I'm just pissed off because I know I'm going to have some really great races off camera, and you know nobody will see them. So it's just sod's law, isn't it? Really, that I put all this fucking effort in, like fucking hours of laps, and then really try it on camera, and then shit like that happens. Excuse my language. I don't give a fuck. I'm pissed off. It's fucking ridiculous. I shouldn't have even been in that position because, that guy literally bumped me off the track at the downhill corner down there at the bottom of the track. I shouldn't have even been in this situation. For some reason, the game gave me a penalty as well for, I don't know, coming back onto the track too slow or, something like that. I don't understand. This game is still broken in my opinion. Well, I'll go and race on my own a little bit. Probably win all of them, but no one will see it. So I'll be back for some more races next week. I will be practicing for hours a day to bring you 2 races next week, and hopefully some shit like that won't happen and make me look like a complete muppet. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. How do I even end the broadcast?